Hey, Mike with D Millionaire here. And do you ever encounter someone saying they don't want to buy your products and services because they do it themselves, right? So maybe it's lawn care or pest control or whatever it is that you're marketing. Well, today's video, I just want to go through a couple of tips you can use to help overcome someone saying that they want to do it themselves. One thing to really understand is that a lot of sales reps make the mistake when they hear this objection of someone saying they do it themselves, is that they put their potential customer and their prospect on the defensive. So basically, instead of attacking them, being like, oh, that's a terrible idea, even though that might be the case, you want to actually compliment them and talk about how that's a good idea. So that's one thing to do, is instead of putting them on the defensive, you can talk about how great it is that they understand the value of your product and service and that they're taking initiative to do it themselves. So for example, let's say it was lawn care. You could talk about how, it's awesome that they understand the value of having a kept up lawn and having it look nice, and that they understand that there's a need to do that. So again, good for them. So you can do that. Or again, maybe it's pest control. You can talk about how it's great that they understand that there's a value in using pest control and that they are taking initiative to do their own pest control. That's awesome. But from that point, the next step is you want to talk about the ability of your products, your services, what you're marketing, how it's going to complement what they're already doing. So you're going to talk about the similarities and how there's similar benefits to what you provide, but then from there, emphasize the differences. So again, you might talk about how it's great that they're doing their own pest control, and you want to find out more details from there. So you'd be like, what exactly are you treating for? What kind of pest issues are you having right now? And then from there, maybe let's say you determine that they have an ant issue. So you could, from there, again, ask if they're experiencing that just outdoors or inside as well. And in this case, let's say that they said, oh, well, it's mostly just affecting my outdoor area. So we've got ant hills all over the yard. So I've been spreading some granulars, trying to get rid of that, whatever the case may be, right? And so from there, then you can talk about how your products and services are going to create a similar result, how it can help keep those pests out of their yard, complement what they're doing already. But on top of that, the difference is that your product is going to have a longer residual life. Your product, when we create a barrier on your home, is also going to help keep those ants out of your home as well. So it's going to create that barrier, keep them just outside in the yard, and then your granulars that you're doing and our treatments are going to, work hand in hand to help keep your home and your yard pest free. So again, in that example, you're complimenting them, you're saying how it's great that they understand the value, you're showing some similarities, how your products are going to complement what they're doing and work better together synergistically, but then emphasizing the difference, how you maybe have a superior product than what they could get over the counter. It's also going to help keep pests out of their home versus just inside, various things like that. So from there, once you complement and create those similarities, explain the differences, you can also talk about the time-saving aspects that hiring a professional or working with you could do. So let's say, for example, you had a lawn care service. So instead of, you've gone through that first step, that first process, explaining, complimenting them, the similarities, the differences, and then from there, you move forward talking about the time-saving aspects, where you'd be like, we know you do a great job here, your yard's looking awesome, but think about it this way, you break it down incrementally. So you could be like, if you have our service every single month, let's say it was like $500, right? Something to that effect. And then if you break it down weekly, that would turn into XYZ amount. Let's say it's like $30 to $50, depending on what you market. So if you're spending $50 a week, imagine how much time that could buy for you. Would $50 a week be worth it to get your Saturdays back? Create that time for them. Explain what they could do. Would $50 a week where you didn't have to spend time with fixing your lawn, making it look nice, if we took care of that for you, think of all the time you could spend with your kids, spend with your family, have more freedom to go to the lake, go to the cabin on the weekends instead of spending every single weekend doing yard work, right? So you explain the value of your products and services in regards to how much time they're going to save and what they could do with that. So kind of paint that vision of, what they could do if they got your products and services. So again, a lot of times what people do is they make the mistake of attacking the prospect, saying that they're, stupid, or they shouldn't be using that product, they shouldn't be doing it themselves, and here's why, blah, blah, blah. That's not the good approach. You want to compliment them, share that it's great that they understand the value, but from there, show how your products and services can complement, but then do even more, and then emphasize the time savings that it can do as well. So again, hopefully you got some benefit and value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share. And if you are in door-to-door sales or selling, be sure to head to DDDMillionaire.com and enter your name and email for access to our free podcast training on how to avoid the 5 most common mistakes sales reps make in door-to-door sales. So again, if you're struggling, maybe not reaching the income you want, or maybe you just want this year to be your best year yet, again, head to DDDMillionaire.com, enter your information for access to that free training. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.